No matter how many times Chris Gavino performs, no matter where he is in the world, you can call it nerves, you can call it pre-fight jitters, whatever, he still gets them.
Sometimes when I'm right about to go on stage, I feel like throwing up and running away, but I just like keep in my mind that everyone out there is supporting you, everyone out there wants to hear your music, so I just have to give it to them.
Known to the world as Manila Killa, he stands in the wings, knowing that thousands in attendance are anxiously waiting for him to hit the stage. He feels out the right moment, and then remember those nerves? They evolve into adrenaline. The bright lights, the pulsing beats. This is a magical connection between performer and audience. And it continues to grow for Gavino.
Honestly, it's like a rush like no other. It's like the craziest rush I've ever had. Like, it all happens so fast, thinking about a million things at once, but it's exciting.
This is a 1993 tour, named in honor of his first EP release. Dropped earlier this year, 1993 has already earned praise from critics and fans all over the world.
It's kind of been overwhelming. Like, I wasn't really expecting this many people to be listening to it. Like, I have fans from like India hitting me up, and I've never had that before. So I think like on a global level, I'm really impressed with how it's done.
Having spent part of his childhood in the Philippines, Gavino credits his roots to the inspiration behind his songwriting.
My parents used to listen to a lot of that kind of music, like a lot of the Filipino ballads. Like every time we'd like take the car somewhere, they'd be playing the smooth jazz radio. And I feel like that's just kind of where it stemmed from. You know, like I do make electronic music and a lot of it is very electronically driven. But when it comes to like the songwriting and stuff, I tend to think about all that old music and how I can just make it into this new modern type of electronic music.
The Washington, D.C.-based music producer says this project was a combination of many things. Finishing songs from his college days, the first time singing on a track, and creating honest music that focused on his own experiences. On this stop of the tour, Gavino plays at the legendary Warfield, where he graces the stage with the biggest names in music history. It's in San Francisco where Gavino saw his music career started to take shape.
San Francisco is one of the first places that ever booked me for my music, I'd say. Like, I got booked at this club called Audio SF. I had never seen it before, like people actually like caring about my music, caring about what I was playing, you know? And then like later on that summer, I started getting booked for a couple other festivals in Southern California. And then after that summer was when I was like, okay, this is legit.
With the debut of the 1993 LP, Gavino says he was determined to make sure his career entered a new level. With all the different emotions one can feel from this EP, it was Gavino's cousin, a hip-hop dancer and choreographer, who took notice to one particular track.
I keep on waiting, yeah, I should know. I'm wired for heartache.
Atypical was like the perfect song for it. You know, it has like beats that you can really hit as a dancer, you know. It has a lot of that stuff, like percussive elements that dancers really like.
But that wasn't the end of the story.
I've been trying to find the way to find myself, it ain't easy.
And then my cousin was like, yo, you should dance with us. And I was like, yo, it's literally been like 8 years. But he convinced me, and then I worked on the choreo. I didn't come up with it, but practiced the choreo for 3 weeks straight. Like right before this tour, actually, like I was in my room literally practicing that. And I finally got it down.
With the tour spanning 11 stops, his music being streamed all over the world, and the obvious fact that the capital of the Philippines is in his stage name, it would be impossible for Gavino to not notice the intense love he is getting from the Filipino community.
I'm really happy to hear like fans be like, we're so happy to see a Filipino like represent, because I guess like I sort of fell into this position. I never thought I would be, you know, the type of person to be like, I'm gonna represent everybody, or I'm gonna represent the Filipinos, but I'm just trying to take it as it goes, and more every day I'm learning how important it is, and I'm just like grateful that I can put the Filipinos on, honestly, just cause like I think our culture is really dope. I love our culture, I love our food, I love our dance, I love our music, so it's just really trying to share that with everyone else.
With his debut EP 1993 already out, and the positive reviews he is getting, and the countless number of fans he continues to receive, Gavino says he is focused more than ever to continue to make great music for years to come.